Welcome to this brand new episode of the Titan Upcast. I'm your host, Joshua Mickle, and we are going to get right into this right here, right now. Quick, immediate reaction from the Indianapolis Colts game versus the Tennessee Titans. Round one of two matchups this year for the Tennessee Titans going into this year versus the Colts. And right off the get-go, before we get into it, there is one thing that needs to be said. The Colts and Daniel Jones have no reason being 3-0. I know they look super impressive. Oh my goodness, they look super impressive. Do they really look that impressive to you? Look at the teams they've beaten. Besides Denver, and they've been shaky this year. Look at the teams that they have been whooping, supposedly, this year. I forgot to turn my lights on above me. Not impressive. And then you whip up on a winless team. Oh my goodness, you're going to be world beaters. Let me know how you do versus the Vikings, the Packers, the Rams, all those sorts of teams coming down the pipeline. And then we can have a discussion about Daniel Jones winning Comeback Player of the Year. The Colts are finally in a groove. Chris Ballard, the GM, won't be going anywhere. He's not on the hot seat. Neither is Shane Steichen. All right. With that being said, we're just gonna go through three particular topics: offense, our vets, and coaching in that order. And we're gonna start with our offense here with this little notion here. Cam Ward had the ugly interception for a touchdown to start out the game. We all know that. Hey, he was bound to have his first INT eventually. And after that, he looked good for the plays that were dialed up for him. He looked really good. Cam Ward Ward's been given no favors by this right side and a half of this offensive line that looks putrid and hot garbage this year. And we don't need to relitigate that anymore as to why that is. And that's because we put our hopes on two particular players, and they are out with injuries. And even when they were in to start out the year for us, these first two games, they've been lackluster. Ward, Dyke, Ayomanor, DK, not Dyke. I like calling him Dyke. These three, plus Gunnar Helm, need to be cooking on offense. The coaching and Callahan need to just let these guys grow together, play together. Do not give any more reps to Calvin Ridley. Do not give any more reps to Chig Okonkwo. Do not give any more to Tyler Lockett or Van Jefferson, who are not going to be here next year. Do not let them get these reps away from the rookies. Let them grow with Cam Ward. And the second half showed you let Cam Ward do Cam Ward things, good things will happen. Look what happened when this game right here, though, proved once and for all that, you have a horrible O-line. How are you supposed to protect your quarterback and call good play calls? All I heard from 2 years ago with Will Levis when he was a rookie, last year, and now this year with Cam Ward. But this game showed the proof in the pudding. Call some rollouts. Call some bootlegs. And Cam Ward can move the pocket. He has some more time doing his thing, and he will find someone eventually, which he did again for his second touchdown to Elic Ayomanor. The man knows how to catch Cam Ward's balls thrown to him. And Calvin Ridley is becoming one of the biggest headaches to watch on this team, along with Chig, and we will get to them on the next topic. And before I get to that, with the lack of production that our vets are giving our rookies, no less, I think that you should, it wouldn't hurt. Why not go to the practice squad tomorrow and say, Xavier Restrepo, you're activated. Let's see what you can do with DK, Ayomanor, and Gunnar Helm with Cam Ward throwing the ball to you. Let's see what you can do out there. You're not going to go to the playoffs, obviously. Your 0-3 stats show that you have less than a 3% chance of making it. Why not? You got nothing to lose. You have 0 to lose by playing Xavier Restrepo out there and see what happens. You don't know what's going to happen until you put him out there. And I think we are, again, you can see something there. You can see something with these rookies. You can see something with Cam Ward. It's like just when you're ready to just grab that light at the end of the tunnel, there's something tugging at the back of you. It's like, oh, no, come back here. You're it's like, come back here. No, you can't have that yet. No, come back here. It feels that kind of a tug and pull with Titan fans right now. We see the light, and yet reality just wants to grab us like that hook and rope that stage performers have with talent that they want off the stage. It's like, whoosh, come back off stage. Why not? Why not give Xavier Restrepo a look and fully embrace the youth movement on offense? Fully embrace it. Cam Ward, Elic Ayomanor, cheering DK, Xavier Restrepo, and Gunnar Helm. You get more fans, you probably get fans more interested in watching the games now on offense, providing you're giving them plays. But we're not seeing that. We should be seeing that, but we're not. We're playing, and I feel like this is getting way off, getting way ahead of the details here about the coaching, is that Callahan is coaching offensive play calls like he has the 41-point lead, like he is the one in command, like we have a 2-0 record. That's not the reality we are in. And so, we are going to get to this next topic, and that's this right here. How many Sundays are we going to have in a row of dumb penalties over and over and over and over again? There are many penalties in life that you should not be able to do at home. One of them you shouldn't be able to do at all. But all 3 of these you should not be able to be doing at home. False starts, offsides, an illegal shift, or illegal formation. Those penalties at home are inexcusable if you're a home team. Inexcusable. And now I lay that at the feet of Brian Callahan and Bill Callahan, particularly when it comes to the O-line penalties. Brian Callahan, we can hear on CBS in the broadcasts, Brian Callahan has been told us on Friday that we need to get a hold on these penalties. We are teaching them not to commit these penalties. They are not listening to you. And that is a problem if you are a head coach. It is a problem when you're trying to set a culture for a long-term situational solution for your team. When the players tune you out, which we see proof in the pudding they are, when they are tuning you out, you've lost the team. There's no getting it back. Don't matter how magical of a quarterback you have. It don't matter how good of an offense you have or how dominant a defense is. The moment the players have tuned out the head coach, it's over. And the coach he might as well just turn in he might as well turn in his papers right now. Turn in his papers, turn in his resignation letter, and be on his way. Because Vrabel lost the locker room to close out the year, and particularly with ownership. Now Callahan is starting to lose the locker room with the players. We'll see what happens with ownership because and I read online, I don't know if this is true, put this in a rumor mill, that Mike Keith was honored for the Ring of Honor ceremony. Amy Armstrong, our owner, was supposed to be there. She was the last second scratched not to do it. And you look at what happened in the first half with the play calling and Brian Callahan, one has to look at that situation that, is he on his last legs, as of this recording, is he going to get fired tomorrow? Or if he loses to the 0-3 Texans in Houston, that's going to result in Brian Callahan losing his job. One has to look at that. And I know folks will say, oh, it's just a coincidence. There's no such thing as coincidences in the NFL with these particular things. When one thing happens, it generally leads to another. These vets, Jeff Simmons, Calvin Ridley, I want them traded. I want them booted out of here. I want them gone yesterday. Ridley Jeffrey Simmons and Calvin Ridley are captains. Ridley's dropping balls, clearly in his hands, dropping them. Jeff Simmons is missing sacks and missing tackles at first contact behind the line of scrimmage. And we are paying these guys how much money? How much are we paying both those guys combined? They need to hit the bench or not show up anymore. This is a rebuilding team. You are getting paid X amount of dollars, and you should not be getting paid X amount of dollars if you cannot perform on the field up to that value of the contract. Our rookies on a rookie scale, limited in pay, are doing more than our vets. What is wrong with this pitcher here? What is wrong with this pitcher? Jeff Simmons, Big Jeff, came in alongside Jarrell Casey, and we had the perfect stepping stone of transitioning off of Casey and moving over to Big Jeff. We had that nice little kumbaya, that nice run between, I think it was 2013 we got Jarrell Casey, and then all the way up to 2019 where we got Big Jeff Simmons, and now the year is 2025. We have had a luxury of 12 plus years of dominance of a big man like that. We've had the luxury of that for 12 plus years. That time has now run its course. Jeff Simmons needs to be traded. Get as much value as you can for him. You can at least nab one first-round pick for him. I think the value right now, if he were to be traded right now, it'd be a first and a third or a first and a fourth. Get value for him and get him out of here. Because clearly, he and a bunch of other vets are tuning out Brian Callahan when it comes to stupid penalties. Clearly, these vets have not shown up when they should be showing up. Calvin Ridley needs to be traded. You can't be dropping balls when you're the number one wide receiver and you're getting paid $90 million. You can't. You absolutely cannot. And it is why I say, why not try the undrafted rookie that's Cam Ward's BFF from Miami that were a dynamic duo for Miami last year, and Xavier Streppel. Why not? You got nothing to lose. As I pull up the stats for Calvin Ridley, one catch for 27 yards for Calvin Ridley. One catch. $90 million. Congratulations, Titans fans. You got yourself a overpaid wide receiver. Giving you Traylon Burks vibes. Congratulations. Everywhere else, this defense, like I said before the year, don't expect much from the defense this year. This year is just all about Cam Ward and what this offense can show for you in terms of progression. And that is a perfect leeway for this next topic right here, and that's this. Brian Callahan. I hope I don't have to do a whole bunch of these because I want to see our offense improve. play calling. His play calling. What happened to the 2024 Brian Callahan? What happened to that man? The 2025 Brian Callahan. I can't say the words because I'm a devout Christian man. But his play calling is bleep backwards this year. Complete 180 from last year. Complete 180. What is he doing? And by the way, I will not let those that said, and as much as I love you guys at A to Z Sports, I will not let you off the hook for this. Last week, when I graciously gave you a nice chat in the chat, nice little comment there, saying Callahan don't have the foot on the throat mentality. With that gift from God that Cody Barton gifted us with an extra possession coming off of a Ward to Elic Ayomanor magical touchdown connection. You don't go for the touchdown. You take the points. Play conservative. He made the right decision. He took the points. He went into the half, getting the 3 guarantee points. Now, 4th and 1. It's a 64-yard field goal. He's got the leg, but he was 86 or 80-some% accurate from kicking the football last year for a reason. He missed some kicks. This is not Nick Folk, where it's like 3 missed kicks in his 2 years with us. He had 2 missed kicks today. All because they were graciously, stupidly long. I do not want to hear anyone, Chris, those same people that said last week, take the points. You're crazy for saying we should have taken a shot at the end zone because it will put the risk of us getting sacked or losing good prime field position. How are you losing prime field position, or how are you risking a safety when you are at the Rams' 30-yard line? Cam Ward is not running 70 yards backwards like it's a video game. He's not. Let's stick in the world of reality here for a minute. Let's stick in the world of reality. Callahan last week, in my process, is consistent. Last week, he should have gone for the touchdown. Darn it, with a field goal or not, go for the touchdown. Make it a 14-point swing. Galvanize your team. And you kick a field goal. Oh, you got the points. Congratulations. You got the points. Congratulations. This week, he's going to take the points. He missed the field goal on a 4th and 1. Why didn't we? These same folks that said kick the field goal last week, and kick the field goal when we went up 19 points, when we scored 19 points on the Rams. Same folks that said kick the field goal before the half, and yes, you have to kick the field goal to go 19 points on your scoreboard. These same folks now say, what was he thinking? He needs to go for it on 4th down. Why did he go for the field goal? The same logic that you used last week is why he went for the field goal. The same logic. I'm consistent. I am consistent with my mentality. I do not want to see, and I love him so much. I love ADC Sports so much. Do not be flip-flopping with this issue right here. Do not flip-flop with this, because we have you on tape, and we will play it back for you if you go back and say, oh, no, we never said that. You are on tape, unless you want to make your videos private on YouTube. Again, I don't like doing this to you guys. I don't like doing this to anyone that I like online. I don't. But it needs to be called out with their inconsistency with their logic. Okay? Back to Brian Callahan. We are down a boatload of points in the second half. We are down a boatload. What is Brian Callahan's obsession with let's run the football. Let's run for the first down. Let's run it on first down or second down when it could be a passing down. And the Boo Birds showed up. The Boo Birds in Nashville showed up. And when we ran it one too many times, they weren't having it with Brian Callahan. They were not having it with Brian, and they let him know. We know it works. We saw it in the game. Rollouts, bootlegs, play action, and improvisation from your quarterback. The simple run up the middle with Tony Pollard. Tony Pollard's a good running back. He is not an every down running back. And even if Tajay Spears comes back and comes back healthy, he's not going to give you anything different because him and Tony are the same prototype running back. It's not like you're getting a type of prototype running back in Tony Pollard, which small and running for running back standards, but can make some moves in the field, on the open field. And then you got a guy coming back from injury that's a thumper. He can get that 1 yard for you. No one's beating him down. That was the luxury of having Derrick Henry. He had the elusiveness and he had the toughness and trucking people over with stiff arms and with his body. 250 pounds of a running back for you. But we've already gone over that before, why we don't have Derrick Henry. We had to move on, and it netted us Cam Ward. And I'd much rather have a quarterback than a running back. Callahan, with his play call tendencies, compared to last year and this year, it is two different polar opposites here. What's going on here? Callahan, whether rightfully so or wrongfully so, he's now coaching for his job. He's officially coaching for his job next week. And if they don't win versus the winless Houston Texans in Houston next week, there's an 80% chance he may not be the head coach anymore. There's an 80% chance he'll get Kim Wisenhunt. Next week might actually be Brian Callahan's Ken Wisenhunt's Miami Dolphins game, which got Ken Wisenhunt fired out of Tennessee. There's a good chance that may happen now, given the circumstances that have now lined up for you. And just so I'm not talking crazy here, quickly look this up. Texans. They did lose. Yes, they are winless. Yeah, next week is a must-win for Brian Callahan. It is a must-win. If he can't get it done, he's going to get booted by Amy Adams Strunk. Rightfully so or wrongfully so. Because there has not been... Here is what has done Brian Callahan in this year. I said before the year, and I still stand by it because I think it's true. If we were 0-3 right now, our defense gave up 30, 40 points a game like we have these last two games versus the Colts and the Rams. Our defense just couldn't stop a bleeding nose. Our kicker, like today, misses you some field goals. You can live with that if your offense looks nice and appealing. If your offense can move the ball. If your offense can score some points. You can lose by 33 or 41 points like the last 2 weeks. If you can score 24 or 28, maybe flirt with 30 points a game, Callahan's safe. Because you know your offense is working. Your offense is not the issue. What is doing Brian Callahan in here is that his offense looks boring like crap. Boring. I'd much rather watch a Mike Vrabel offense at this point. And that sickens me to say. how have we gotten to the point here where where a Tennessee Titans Mike Vrabel offense looks better than what we're seeing this year with Brian Callahan? The man may know football's X's and O's. He may know the intricacies of the football game. But in the moment, Brian Callahan has not answered the bell. He doesn't know how to do impromptu plays on the fly. One moment during drives, and the announcers, and I love the announcers. How often am I going to say this today? I don't know who the announcers were today on CBS. They did a great job covering the Tennessee Titans. Not every day you can say that, because normally it's one-sided. It's like, oh, this team is, oh, this team this team that. It's like, oh, the Titans, oh yeah, this team's this and that, this and that. The announcers today did a great job covering the Titans, and they were our mouthpiece for the fans. They were our mouthpiece. We get in a no-huddle situation. We get like an up-tempo offense situation. Our offense is flowing. It's clicking. Even Tyler Lockett's getting in on the action. Ayomanor's getting on the action. In arounds to DK. It's working. It's working. Okay, it sucks that we have a penalty on the offensive line again. Who cares? The offense is moving. It's moving with the up-tempo, and then we're in the huddle once we cross midfield. Why are we draining the clock after we just did the no-huddleness, the up-tempo stuff at the beginning of the drive? Why not continue it? You have the defense on its heels. You have them catching their breath. You have them tired. We see this in the second half. Why did you stop? Why? Why didn't you not foot on the throat mentality? Why did you not do that? And coaching, I swear, man, I tell you what, with this coaching, I've been proven right about this defense. This defense can bring the heat, but when the game goes on, they will wear out. They will wear out and start giving up the points. They will wear out. And that's been proven true this year. This offense needs to have a spark somewhere. And the vets, like Calvin Ridley, aren't giving it to you. I demote him to wide receiver 2 at this point. Let Elic take those wide receiver 1 reps. If you're not going to completely bench him, because you're paying him $90 million out there. I expect us to be 0-3. I expect us to be 0-3 with a sus play calling performance from Brian Callahan and our offense looking like dog crap sometimes. That's not what any of us thought this year would happen. Maybe those that were anti-Callahan before this year started, okay, there's one for you. But no one in their right mind watching the All-22 film last year with Brian Callahan, with the opportunities that were there for Will Levis to have, and he didn't take him and made the wrong read for a turnover. That's not Cam Ward this year. But those plays last year that Callahan drew up, absolutely nowhere to be seen this year. What has happened to Brian Callahan? Will the real Brian Callahan please stand up? Where was last year's Brian Callahan? This year, he's timid. He's ultra conservative. He will not let this offense be unscrewed or uncorked to let Gunner, Elic, and Chimmering have opportunities with Cam Ward. We continue to give it to our vets, particularly with Calvin and Chig, and they continue to have bricks for hands right now, and it is getting frustratingly annoying. And it may take a coaching change in order for us to finally start our young core on offense. It may just have to take a coaching change in order for that to happen. But we'll see. As mentioned, next week we play the Rams. Next week we play the winless C.J. Stroud and Texans. Next week. at Houston. I'm not going to put it past us to win this game, but like I said that the last 2 weeks, I'm like, I expect us to lose, but I wouldn't be shocked if we won the game. This week, I would be shocked if we won versus the Texans. I would be absolutely floored if we somehow pulled it off. And Callahan does a 180 with his coaching. And our vets do not make boneheaded mistakes with penalties. And our vet wide receivers do not drop the ball for Cam Ward. Because we found our quarterback. It's just going to be a long while for us to be able to finally realize the full gains of what he can produce for you when he has a good team around him. And we'll see if we actually do have a good team around him or not, with coaching at least. But certainly with our wide receivers and tight end, it's promising. It really is. You can see it. It's not fully realized yet. And with that being said, that'll do it for this episode of the Titan Upcast. That name is a cool name, and I'm still trying to get used to it, as this is just episode 3, week 3, round 1 versus the Colts. I'm your host, Joshua Mickle of the Titan Upcast, saying goodbye.